Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about a better trading strategy for the holidays coming up. Back tested and proven year over year over year. I'm loving this. But I tell you what, momentum is not the same during the holidays. No way. But you know what is the same? The banks still want their profits. The banks will still be bot trading. Banks will still manipulate the market. And yes, banks will still hunt for your stop loss. Okay? So, if you want to know exactly where the banks will go to hunt that stop loss, if you want to know how the banks are going to manipulate that market, if you want to know how the banks' bots are going to trade in 2026, I would be more than happy to give you all kinds of that information, tips on helping your day trading strategy and helping you to build that up. Make that, and go ahead and subscribe below and you'll get more videos and I'll show you where to get a whole lot more, and I'll produce a whole lot more. Okay, so your success strategy, your success rate is heightened doing what only 5% of traders actually know. Your ability to notice where the stops are stacked is directly correlated with your strategy's win rate. Pay attention to that, because if you want to know where price is headed, you must look where the stops are stacked up. If you know where the stops are, you will know the direction they're pushing. Okay? That is huge for the top 5% of traders that actually win more often than they lose. So follow along in this video. See if you can count the number of times they stop loss hunt. At the end, I'm going to show you, and depending on how many times you guess the correct stop loss location, it will show your individual likelihood of success as a day trader. Count with me, okay? And I'll show you your statistic at the end. So here's what I saw this morning. And honestly, I see this a lot during the holidays when I'm day trading. Here we go. So I usually get up in the morning, and I start trading about 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, so 8 a.m. Eastern Time. The futures is open, and I go ahead and look at the chart, and look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rejections in that same level. Someone has a vested interest at that level. No question about it. So as soon as I saw this, what did Aaron do? Well, Aaron went ahead and he put a stop loss right up here. I'm going to go ahead and color that red. All right, hang with me here. Hang with me. All right. And I went ahead and got in right then and there. But it was a very small position. Very, very small position. I had one contract on that position. Why? Because I know where they're stacking the stop losses. I'm actually surprised these 3 were higher than each other. And this one I thought would be higher yet. Because they need more shares. Check this out. Okay, so count with me. And let's see how you knowing where the stop losses are stacked is correlating with the strategy you currently have. Okay, so a lot of people would normally, and I did too, they see this price action drop. Look how big these candles are. These are momentum candles, but momentum is not always the same. Okay, and then it wraps underneath this 21. That's what this is. Not that you have to have it, but then it comes back, retests it, and you think, oh, that baby's going to drop. No, it's not. No, it's not. Look at this. They're going to come right above this wick right here, and they're going to take out those stops before they head down. Bam, there it is. They're not done yet, and if people didn't think that was enough, okay, you see this wick headed up. They're like, oh yeah, still pushing the price action down. It's still going down. Nope, not done yet. Okay, well now we're done, because look at that wick, right? Nope. Look at that. Grabbing those stops, but you see which direction they're stacked. You see where they're stop loss hunting. But you think they're done? Nope. Got them again. Got them again. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Now look at this. Now I add to my position a lot. Okay. And look at that beauty. Woo-wee! That's beautiful. That is beautiful. And no, I wasn't done. I still added to my position. But guess what? It pulls back to the 21. That is such a beautiful trade this morning, man. Pulls back to the 21. And I'm thinking, great. I'm loving this. You know why? Because I've just made all this money. But guess what? It's not over yet. So I definitely moved my stop, okay? There's no doubt about that. I moved that way the heck down. I'm waiting for them to stop loss hunt at this level here, okay? So I'm not blind to that. I'm waiting for it to happen all over again. But that's all right. It's just part of the game. And because they don't want you to know which direction they're headed, but the stop losses, when they're stacked, they tell you which direction they're going to push it. So I also know, check this out. From here all the way down, if you want to see the length of a trend, when the trend stops, when it begins, and how to know if momentum is going to continue, you can check out some of my other videos on this channel here. And you can subscribe and I'll show you where that is. But I knew this leg was going to repeat itself. So I'm like, okay. And I go over that in a different video. That's not what this one's about. So I wasn't quite sure where to put it. I wanted to put it at the highest point in the retrace. So I start to get in. And ooh-wee. I mean, go ahead, Aaron. Move that stop. Move that stop. So I went ahead and moved it about to here because they sometimes stop loss hunt. And I'm headed down. Isn't that a thing of beauty? And then, look what happens. I'm like, wait. It's not time to be pulling back yet. It needs to be dropping. Well, guess what? Aaron forgot something. Aaron forgot to look left. Because they have a vested interest, the sellers have a vested interest up here. But where do the buyers have a vested interest in their investments? Look at that. Right there. I thought it was going to go down that far, but when I saw it pull back, I quickly shuffled to the left. And look at that. Look at that. Quickly shuffled to the left and said, oh my gosh, I better get out real fast. Real fast. So I quickly took my stop and shoved it all the way down here. And then what happened? It went down a little farther, but it did not even go to that level because they had a vested interest. And I thought, okay, well, it's pulling back. And why did they have a vested interest? Because they wanted to buy the price right back up. Look at that. It couldn't pass that level. And up it goes for the rest of the day. Didn't pass that level. Look at that. It's not going down. Not going down. Just a different direction. So, now let me go ahead and show you what I need to show you next. In the morning, I thought the market was trending, or so I thought. So I should have pulled out earlier, and I should have been aware of that, but I didn't check where the stops were stacked on the other end, the buyer's vested interest. Okay? But the banks don't want you to know this. Why would they? They want to protect their own investments, right? Just like we want to protect ours. They want you to think it's trending when it's going to stop. They want you to think it's ranging when it's going to trend. They want you to think it's not going any higher or lower. That's how they grab your stop and then they go the direction you knew it would go all along. So how many stops were stacked up until it went the other direction? How many did you count before you got in or before you would have gotten in? Yeah? Did you count them? So for your particular day trading strategy, if you only have a count of maybe 0 to 1 stops before getting in, you will lose more than 50% of the time. Now, I can't guarantee this chart's always going to be this way. I can't do that. I backtested year over year over year during the holidays for a day trading strategy. And okay, so currently, if you just have 0 to 1, and it changes, okay, the market changes, which is all right, but currently, if you have 0 to 1 stops planned in your, where it stacks up, and you're only counting 0 to 1 stops before you get in, you're going to lose more than 50% of the time. You probably won't have a winning day trading strategy. If you count 2 to 3, you're going to lose probably 30 to 50% of the time. And if you have, let's see, 4 or more baked into your strategy is going to win over 70% of the time. Okay? Remember, they don't want you to know what direction they're going. They don't want you to know. If you want more tips and tricks on setting up your day trading strategy, subscribe below, and I will give you a whole lot more. Okay? So this is what happens during the holidays. If you want to know how to day trade during the holidays and how to trade, you will know how. And if you know how, you will know how to trade all year round. So for more tips, tricks on setting up your day trading strategy, subscribe below. I will give you a whole lot more of them. And I will see you all in the next video. If you want to see the next video about how the trend gets going and how to know when the trend is going to get going and when momentum is going to continue, go ahead and check out my video that should be coming up right here.